welcome to the official Game of Thrones Boys to Nerds review of, you guessed it, Game of Thrones. I bet you a lot of you thought we were going to be doing a review on Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but trick's on you. We're doing Game of Thrones. Season 6, episode, ironically enough, 6.
That's why you don't get it mixed up this time.
666. Yeah, devil worship. Okay. This one was called Blood of My Blood. We have Steve here. Say hello, Steve.
What's up?
I specifically said hello, not what's up, not hey, not howdy. And we have Gerald, who's back from the dead again.
Hello.
Welcome back, Zombie Gerald. So, you guys watched the episode. I know how we've done it in the past is we've gone through and just done our initial thoughts. And then we've kind of gone into specific plot points and see where it's going to go. I just want to stop and take a moment to reflect on the season so far. We've seen 6 episodes, okay? 60% of the way done. It's been rumored / confirmed, which would really negate the fact that it's a rumor, anyway, that there are 13 episodes after this season. So that means we're down to 17 episodes left. Now, 17 hours is a lot, but where we are in the storyline, wrapping it up, it's not that much. So Why don't we reflect on the season as a whole so far and just give like, are we impressed? Are we nervous? Are we concerned?
I don't think that... I don't really have any sort of major concerns. They started, and I've said this basically every single episode, they started out the season very fast, and now these middle episodes have seemed to really slow down. And they seem to just be building up as to what is going to be an accelerated ending to the season again. So, I don't know. I'm comfortable with where it's at. I see that they are building somewhere to go somewhere. And we've seen some new characters introduced or characters reintroduced that we've been talking about and wondering, when are they going to bring this person back? Or are they going to bring this person back?
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of that in the season so far with some of these characters. Including this past week's episode. So I'm comfortable and happy with where the season has gone so far.
One thing I'll say about this season as an avid book reader who's read through maybe once or twice, a couple times. That's big books. Big books, guys. Big books. I'm not sure if this was intentionally the plan all along. I'm sure it was. But I do want to point out the fact that I feel like this season they're kind of patching up a lot of the things that rubbed people the wrong way. Especially the book readers.
Yeah, things are starting to come back to where they are in the books again. With Jaime, he's going to the Riverlands. That's where he is in the books. Brienne is also going there. That's where she is in the books.
What I was going to say is the introduction of Benjen Stark / He was cold hands. I mean, let's be honest. His hands were black and all that kind of stuff. And everyone was pissed that they left him out of the show. So that's what I'm trying to say. They're kind of backtracking and kind of adding these characters. So, spoiler alert, if you really don't want spoilers, really, really don't want them, just take a break. But for the next 10 seconds, you've been warned. With the reintroduction of these characters, you can't tell me they're not going to bring in Lady Stoneheart. There's no way.
I know there's a lot better chance now.
No, it's confirmed to happen. Like, not confirmed officially, but that's like a Kevin Lewis confirmation, which is just
it's confirmed.
It's like it's like the name brand of confirmations, the great value. But anyway, I mean, they're not going to waste all this time to go down to the Riverlands if it wasn't for a purpose. And the only purpose I can see is the Lady Stoneheart arc, and they specifically mentioned that the Brotherhood without banners were helping the Tullys.
And they brought the phrase back.
Yep. So we know those storylines are going to get resolved. Somebody's going to die. Do you think they'll kill Jaime? As a big prediction?
It would be a big character.
Think about it. We're getting towards the end. Nobody's safe. Like, a lot of these untouchable characters, your Sansas, your Aryas, your who we thought Jon Snow, well, your Daenerys Targaryens. Honestly, maybe Daenerys is a little untouchable to like the last season, but these guys aren't safe anymore. So we could definitely see potential of big characters. If you had to make one bold prediction, a huge character, like say in the top 10, let's spend since the beginning, who do you think would die this season? I'm curious. I know I'm putting you on the spot. But
like, who do I think right now will die by the end of the season?
This season. A bigger character. Not like a Jorah, not like a, you know what I mean? I'm talking like a Sansa, a Cersei, a Jaime, a Tyrion, somebody like that. Give me an answer. Don't just say, I don't think anybody's going to die.
I I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Ramsay would qualify as that, but I could see Ramsay going.
Oh, there's absolutely no way Ramsay survives this season. Absolutely. They fucking leaked the show names for the last 3, and episode 9 is supposed to be called, what is it? The Battle of the Bastards? You know for a fact there's no way he's surviving that episode. Absolutely no way. Gerald, who do you think? I mean, even if you don't truly believe it, if you just had to pick somebody, just based on everything we've seen that could happen.
I'm going to go with, I know Cersei's going to die eventually. I don't know if it's going to be this season or not, but I'm going to go with her.
George Martin said before this season, I don't know why people are so excited because they're just going to be sad. So that makes me think a fan favorite's going to die, and I'm going out on a limb, okay? I think that either Arya or Sansa are not going to make it through the season. You might think I'm crazy, and sorry, this whole I just awkwardly touched Gerald's arm. But the whole storyline with which I'm not happy with, the whole Bravos thing with the training of the House of the whatever it's called, Undying, how she's officially like out now, and she's probably gonna go back. You know they're gonna send people after her. She's gonna fuck that. What the Wolf, is that her name? She's gonna fuck that girl's day up. But then I feel like Jaqen's going to come back, and that's the easiest way to reintroduce the character of the Hound. How else do you see them doing? Because they're saying they're going to bring back a big character, and it's either going to be Stoneheart or the Hound. What are you thinking?
I think there's a good chance it's going to be the Hound.
He's been spotted. Spoiler alert again. He's been spotted on set. Like, it's gonna happen.
And, you know, we could get that, like, who's gonna be... They keep teasing this big trial by combat. You know, one half is Franken Mountain. Is the other half gonna be...
Oh, good point. I didn't think about that. Actually, that's the only thing that makes sense to me now. See, I wasn't considering that in my brain. I'm just thinking how Arya and the Hound kind of had that weird connection. I'm just thinking who could potentially protect her from Jaqen H'ghar. But then you can get on the whole feminist rant of she doesn't need protection from a man anyway. But I'm just saying, like, realistically, a master assassin is going to be taken about by a semi-trained girl. This is the Return of the Jedi all over again. Here we go.
Now that we're talking about this, I do think that Arya will be gone soon.
What is she going to do? The only thing I foresee her doing is taking revenge on one key character, whether it's Cersei, Walder Frey, somebody like that. But where does her storyline go? I don't foresee a happy reunion for the Starks in the end. Like, I'm not saying some of them won't be together, maybe like a Jon or a Sansa in Winterfell, but I don't see Jon, Bran, Rickon, all of them flock together in Winterfell. Like, it's not how it's going to happen.
No.
So I do see Arya being, maybe not. See, it's hard. I don't know. See,
that's good though. It's hard to predict.
It's such a bold strategy. I mean, if you had to take out a beloved character, who's more beloved than her, other than fucking Dragon Lady, who they're definitely not going to kill until the very end if they do, or Tyrion. I wish Tyrion would be killed. I know people hate that, but his story is kind of flatlined.
See, I just wonder, like, the teaser for the trailer for this season, when they had Tyrion and they had Arya and they had a number of the faces in the Hall of Faces, their faces were in there, particularly that I remember spotting. So I wonder if that was like a foreshadow that these characters will die.
I think it's foreshadowing that no character's safe anymore, which was the point I was trying to... obviously, I think they had a Robb Stark in there, or am I mistaken?
Yeah,
I mean, who cares about him? He's dead. But I'm just saying, that's another interesting point. We haven't actually talked about the actual episode, but let's talk about Bran's flashbacks a little. We finally saw the Mad King.
Oh, yeah, I was excited about that.
We didn't expect it.
Yeah.
So we finally saw the Mad King burn them all. Here's why I'll be really pissed. There's been a rumor that Bran's been kind of orchestrating this all, throughout the entire thing. I'll be really pissed if it turns out to be the reason the Mad King was saying burn them all is because Bran was like trying to forewarn them about the White Walkers, and it was just taken out of context by Jaime, and he's just like burn them all as in the White Walkers. I'll be fucking pissed if they do that. That'd be awful. That would be the worst thing ever. Let's not do that. Please, GRRM/show creators, let's not do that.
The whole time travel thing gets very messy, so I don't know.
They kept showing that scene. It was hard to watch because it was one of those sequences where it's like boom, 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 boom. They showed that. I think they showed dragons. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. And then they definitely showed scenes from the Red Wedding. So people were saying, "Oh, is Robb Stark coming back?" No. But that's an interesting theory. What if they did bring Robb Stark back? What if he's the beloved character
with a wolf's head?
Oh yeah, I forgot they decapitated. Well, they didn't show it on screen, so
it'd be an interesting character, though.
Yeah. Okay. We'll rule that one out. You'd be really quiet. Okay. So that one's done. So I don't know. So we got to see all those flashbacks. And then they were showing Wildfire. And I was thinking to myself, why would Bran be seeing this unless it's somehow going to tie into the White Walkers? So I think my biggest fear is potentially going to come true. And tell me that wouldn't be the biggest oh my shit moment in the history of Game of Thrones, where you will never rewatch the series the same way again. Because now that you've seen the ending and say Bran's orchestrating everything, you'll be like, that's why this character did this. That's why this character did this, which eventually leads to the end. That would fucking suck. So Daenerys transitioning, of course. They saved her to the last scene of the goddamn episode. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd say at least 60% of her appearances are. She gave a stupid spiel on it. Talk about these dragons. How far do you think in the story we proceeded? 2 years tops?
Probably, yeah, maybe
2 years.
3 years.
2-3 years. If that. This dragon's fucking huge. And I'm not saying like from the point of egg birth until now, or hatched, whatever you want to call it, until now. I'm saying even from last season, which ended like 5 days ago. They continuously make the dragons bigger, and it makes no sense. And this dragon's huge now. It's fucking big. So big that I think Tyrion would have his day fucked up by being eaten alive in one goddamn bite. So, we talked about Bran. We talked about Daenerys, who fucking sucks. I can't say this enough. I hope that if you're a listener to this podcast / episode, you realize that Daenerys is awful. And only people that like her are the show watchers. Just saying. King's Landing. We're finally seeing that confrontation. I kind of knew that they were sending Jaime to the Riverlands because that's kind of been the plan all along. I'm curious. It's interesting how they did it. What do you think about Tommen, whatever you want to say, being manipulated so easily? How do you feel about that?
I think that it was a smart move by Marjorie. Like, a lot of people like hated it, and I know obviously that Jaime and Cersei hate the fact that that happened.
Smart how?
I think it was a smart move on Marjorie's part because she can manipulate him in that way. She doesn't have to take this walk of atonement. And
everyone was disappointed by that, I gotta say. Just saying.
And you know, it brought the two pillars, as Tommen mentioned, together and in line. So I think that it was a smart move on her part for what her best interests are.
So is she full? Let me ask you a question: is she full of shit, or is she actually going along with this stuff?
Oh, I think she's playing everybody.
Okay. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it that way, but yeah, that's a good point. I kind of thought it was the High Sparrow who was manipulating everything.
That's how I interpret it as.
But it could be Marjorie. I mean, that's a good way of...
I mean, the last time that we saw Marjorie, really before the High Sparrow came to her, is she was so mad and she was pissed off and she was, you know, telling her brother that, you know, they were going to get back at these people and, you know, nothing was going to hurt their family and this, that, and everything else. Yeah, she did talk with the High Sparrow, but I think that she's playing them.
Do you think we're gonna have a? Do you think we're gonna have a brief Marjorie team up there at the end to take down the High Sparrow? You think that's gonna happen?
I think it could happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Cersei will kill Marjorie. I've said it 17 times, or vice versa. Maybe Marjorie.
I don't think that Marjorie is gonna team up with Cersei, but I think that Marjorie
just to take down the High Sparrow, because the enemy of my enemy is my enemy.
I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but I think that Marjorie will be the one that'll take them down, or she'll have a big part in it, because I think she's playing everybody right now.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, she's fine. She is a very strong character. She's very good. Then we have the whole Sam freaking Tarly thing where he goes home and it's like, why is this a relevant plot point at this point? Like, what does this matter? Like, we've gotten past the point of, like, domestic, like, issues to the point where the fucking White Walkers are coming.
Well,
holy ow.
I think the point is that at the end of that scene and at the end of that sequence, he took the sword with Valyrian steel. And I think that that is going to come into play when the White Walkers come. So they had to play out the storyline so he could get that, knowing that that was where that other sword was, Now he's home. He takes the sword, and the sword is going to have...
Are you insinuating that it was his plan all along, or did it just happen spontaneously?
I don't think that was his plan all along, but that's why they're still going along with this storyline, because that is where the other sword was. They need to bring the sword back into play.
Yeah.
And
that guy was a dick.
Yeah.
Jesus. I thought
At least his mom was cool.
I thought his little brother was supposed to be like 10. His brother's like fucking 30. He's like a frat. He's like a frat boy. Like the guy's on summer vacation from drinking all summer. The only other characters we really haven't touched on are any other big ones?
I don't think so. No, this episode.
So we touched on Marjorie. We touched on Tommen. We touched on
Arya.
Cersei, Jaime, Arya. Nothing but Jon or Sansa this episode. Daenerys,
Thank God
about.
Tyrion wasn't in this episode. Jesus, is he lame. The only thing he has left is freaking, I'm smart and I know things and I drink. That's all he has.
He's a placeholder character
think we'll,
for the time being.
Think we'll see Dorne ever again?
It doesn't seem like it.
Dorne's kind of gone.
They don't even talk about it anymore.
No, nothing. After the one episode where it's like, yeah, that's done. That was awful.
Sorry about that.
All right, so Game of Thrones season 6 is overall opinions now. Okay, good, could be better. Not a lot of death, which people are angry about, but Game of Thrones, I will say, kind of relies on the shock death value a little bit, but not as bad as The Walking Dead, where you can predict that only main characters are going to die in the finale and mid-season finale. At least it's a little more spontaneous.
No, I mean, I didn't think that there was a lot going on, but they did introduce some characters. You know, again, they brought back...
Benjen Stark. By the way, I hope that's not a freaking spoiler for the books to where he got stabbed in this freaking gut with an ice sword. Because that's still a mystery in the books. I hope they just kind of took some creative liberties. But I have a feeling all these big spoilers coming straight from George Martin. Like the Hodor thing has been confirmed. That came straight from George Martin. So...
But, I mean, I don't know. I just think that it was an okay episode. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but
it really pushed stories forward, though, right?
It's all... This is the building part of the season, and it's all right. It is what it is.
Yeah. Joe?
I like it so far. I think it's better than last season. I found
this episode pretty entertaining. I don't care that people didn't die. You know what I mean? I just want the whole Sparrow thing to be resolved because I hated it in the... Not the Sparrow. What are they called? The High Sparrow. What are his minions called?
Faith Militant.
Yeah, whatever. I hate that plotline. Like, I hated it in the books. I hate it in the show. I just wanted it over.
I think it's interesting. Keeps things interesting in King's Landing.
I'm just so pissed that we've spent 2 seasons on Arya's fucking training and she doesn't fucking follow through. What the fuck?
Now she's gonna die.
Jesus. Like, Just can't let those Stark things go. All right, well, you've been here. You've seen our review with your ears. Let us know if any thoughts, feedbacks, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you want us to kick Gerald out permanently, let us know. What is dead may never die. Is that the official Greyjoy?
Yeah, what is dead may never die.
It's actually We Do Not Sow. Just saying, definitely should have won that Game of Thrones trivia. Check out the Facebook. We'll see you next week. Bye.